Morning. Chilly morning this morning. It's cold. I've just a bit more dotting and dabbing I want to do. I've got that wall to do there. That wall to finish off. Just a couple of bits on a reveal. Reveal there. Bit of wall. That's how my board's done, but I've only got 3 bags of adhesive left. And I don't feel like in the mood this morning for sticking boards on. For some reason. I don't know why. I think you get days like that. So I've just brought some thin coats out, some angle beads. I'll stick a few of them on some window reveals. Oh, I've got another roll of acoustic insulation, so I can finish in here. I'm gonna stick my cement boards on and plasterboard in here. I need to get these boards on before I stick these on. I'm just looking at what idiot's done here. I've cut that too wide because I haven't allowed for the board, so I need to sort that out. I cut my cement boards yesterday where my pipes go, and the manufacturers of all these cement boards, they don't like you using grinders or anything like that on them because of all the amount of dust what it produces. So what they recommend is that you get a Stanley knife, you score in 3, 4, 5 times your circle, then you mark it like cutting a pizza or a cake, score it through and then knock it through. I just find it awkward for me, I don't know why, such small circles doing it with a Stanley knife. So I just got a drill bit which was like 2mm, 3mm diameter, just drilled a series of holes, gave it a few score lines and just knocked it through. I did that on each one. And it does produce some dust, but not masses. But I had my mask on. I always have my mask on if I'm putting dust, you know, and just cut them outside. So jobs are good, but they're not the easiest things to cut. Oh, and if you need to cut some off the length, which I need to do, you just score it with a knife and snap it through. Don't cut them with a grinder, because it'd be like a cloud of dust. Despite my extremely careful measuring, I haven't got my holes big enough for my cement boards just to go around the shower fittings, and just to enlarge them. These are as handy as anything. Not easy with one hand. I can't film and do it one-handed very well, but just go in and nibble the excess off, dead easy with a pair of grips. Sometimes I find it awkward when doing these videos because I seem to spend more time talking than doing something. And sometimes it's difficult trying to, because the little rooms, just trying to get my camera in. Yeah, it's gone over them nicely. So I'm going to bed some silicone on the bottom, bed this on and get it screwed up. I'm just going to add a bit of timber in there just to help carry this edge, I think. So if you look, my shower tray is under here. To keep it protected, and I keep a really close eye on it, you know, remove the protection, sweep it all out, over whatever's needed, because last thing you want is grit underneath, and then you're walking on the protection and the piece of grit is scratching the hell out of your shower tray. So I'm going to bed this board on. Let me just the silicone down just to make sure I get a good seal, waterproof seal on this tray. Everything, however, will lap over the tray. Oh yeah, that's around them. For the hand shower. You can see where the silicone's bedded on, so I'll just clean that. Oh. Just clean that up. These are the proper cement board fixings. Don't use plasterboard screws. Just make sure you get all your silicone off the shower tray. You can put some masking tape down, but I never bother, to be honest. You'll see on the internet, if you have a look, there's loads of discussions as to whether these backer boards go around smooth face or rough face. I always do it smooth face. And I've spoke with one of the manufacturers a lot of years ago, and he recommended going smooth face out. But there's loads of discussions on the internet, so take your pick. Right, I hope you get the gist of this. So that's the shower head, and the tiles what I'm using are 600 by 600, so that will take me up to 2.4 height. So I'm not fully tiling all the bathroom, I'm going to go up to 2.4, and what I don't want is it cracking the plaster. So the cement board finishes at exactly 2.4, so I'm going to cut 100mm off the cement board, because it's awkward cutting a little piece off. I'm going to cut 100mm off so it finishes at 2.3. And then when I plaster, the plaster will finish behind the tiles, so I won't have a joint where it cracks. And the cement board is going to be above the level of where the water is anyway, so it doesn't matter. So that's my plan, and I'm sticking with it. So to cut your cement board, you want to put a piece of lat on the floor. I'm just putting a feather edge. Get your cement board. Lay it down. I'm going to cut 100mm off. Made my 100mm mark. That's all there is to it, apart from that bit I just need to nibble off. Right, so I'll show you how I cut these holes out in this cement board, just for me shower wastes. I'm not saying it's okay to drill the boards, because that's what the manufacturers advise you against. So I've marked out where the shower pipe goes. I then drill around it with a masonry bit, but that masonry bit's only 4mm in diameter, so it's only tiny. Stick my mask on. I've just drilled a series of holes in it. You can score that through like a pizza. I just did it with a drill because I had it in my hand. And just hook it through. screwed the bottom board on, that cement board, and it wasn't going back properly. There's two blooming bolts outside of this bottom hole. Them there, and I didn't bloody notice they were sticking a bit forward, so I've had to take it off and cut it out. Got them in, and then I've just put more acoustic insulation in there. So now I'm going to just put my cement boards into there. I'm not doing the full shower, I'm only doing where the water goes. So I just need to rip a cement board down for there, because I want to get that back wall where the shower is with the cement boards on. And then it will only be so much of that wall. Well, it'll be up to that there with the cement boards. I've only got 4 boards and I want to get where all the water is. I didn't show you when I cut all this acoustic insulation. How I cut it. There was a long bladed knife like that. Put the blade right out, and it just slices right through absolutely beautifully. You know, just press it down and run the knife on the floor or over a piece of wood, and it just slices right through like a knife through butter. This ain't gonna be the best of cuts because I want 100mm off it. I want a 100mm piece off, but I want that board and I want the 100mm piece. Dug my nail on it, because I'm going to snap it. Right. There we go. Give it one more for luck. No. I don't want to break it because I want it. I'm struggling with my Stanley knife blade to get through it enough to snap it. So I'm just going to stitch drill it through. Just drill that out. Didn't get enough. Snap it now. Lovely. Well, I definitely won't say it's the best I have had, or the happiest. So I've got them in where I want to be. But it's snapped there, so I had to do a repair. I wish I had more boards. I'd have preferred to cut them instead of having that piece in. But it is what it is. I only had 4 boards. But by the time I get all the reinforcing tape on and all the joints sealed and sorted, it'll be fine. I'm just not happy with it. So I got that board in. I'm not happy with the cut up there, so I'm going to sort that out in the morning. I'll cut out that piece of board and sort that out. I'm just not happy with that. Got the sink pipes through. That's for the mirror. I'm going to board this tomorrow. I could do it this afternoon, but I'm not so after this I'm not in the frame of mind. Anybody who's cut cement board before knows what a crap job it is, and it's not the easiest to cut a thin strip. I'm not happy, but it'll be fine when I'm finished, and it will be. Just not happy. Anyway, another thing which I want to stress, do not underestimate cutting cement board, how much dust it makes. And I haven't used a grinder. You don't want to use a grinder. But if you do, don't cut it inside an house, for heaven's sake. Right, I'm going in now. Pissed off. Well, I feel a bit better than I did at the end of the filming on my last little bit. So I'm gonna tidy all this up, get all this squared up now. I've got my last bits of dotting and dabbing to do, whether I do that today because it's chilly in here. I don't know, I'll see what it's like when I get going. So what I'm doing up here, when I say I'm going to sort that out, what I want happy about, it's the size of that gap there where I've cut it. So I'm going to cut it along there and up the centre of that timber there, and then I can cut a piece of board in a lot tidier than that. It's just too much of a gap, and I think where it's come from is it's because at the bottom I put an extra packer in to lift that board higher up, because I've got my Detra mat in. I've got 6mm adhesive, Detra mat in, 12mm adhesive, and I've got the tiles, and I just wanted to make sure the board was above the finished level of the floor. So that's what happened. It was when I put an extra packer in. So right, let me get it cut and sorted out. That looks a lot better. Pleased with that. That's just I don't know why, because that's just how it should have been in the first place. So I wanted to finish my dabbing today, stick my boards on. It's just so cold in here, so I'm not going to bother. I put some beads on around that window and put one on that corner, that window there. In here I need to stick that wall. I need to waterproof all these joints on this cement board and sort all that out. I've got a moisture resistant board I'm going to put on there because it's in the shower, but I did put a bit of cement board on at the bottom. I'll just extend that so the board isn't sat on the shower tray, but it'll be absolutely fine there. That's where all the water is. That shower head comes out and drops, and there's an hand shower comes out that hole in the corner. So that's the end where all the water is. Once I've stuck this plaster, these boards on, I'm all ready for plastering then, so I'll probably maybe show some of that in my next video. We'll see. Right, hope you've enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching.